Everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know by now, I'm Andy, a 40-something-year-old entrepreneur navigating the ups and downs of building multiple streams of income while incorporating peace and balance in the process. So if you know anything about me outside of this channel, you love me an animal. I love animals ever since I was a kid. And even when I had my professional organizing business, Andy was going to love on the animals. I have multiple pictures of me loving on the doggies and the kitties. I've had pets most of my life. Right now, my husband and I, we have a almost 13-year-old Yorkie. He is a pride and joy of our family, and we've had him since he was a puppy. So when I closed my business back in 2023, I was looking for opportunities that I was passionate about. What are things that I would do for free, but I would getting paid for? It's just like a bonus. And came on YouTube University and I learned about pet sitting platforms because remember, I didn't want to do a whole lot of marketing. I didn't want to start from scratch. I didn't want to be pigeonholed into, yeah, Andy, I'm the pet sitter. I didn't want to do all of that. I just wanted to do it. Be in, be out, get my coin. That's it. So I was overjoyed to find out about a couple of pet sitting platforms. The one that I pursued is Rover, and I dabbled in it a little bit in the summer of 2023, and I didn't do much effort in marketing on my end. But if you watch the other video about my journey after I closed my business, I got a sales job for a little bit, and then I worked in my friend's business for a little bit, and then I came back to it. So really and truly, I've been doing Rover and pet sitting more exclusively, I should say, in the summer of 2024. And in 6 months, without even trying hard and not doing a whole lot, I made over $5,000. Let's get into it. If you're someone who's looking for inspiration, real talk, practical tips to figure out what works best for you when it comes to hustling in business, while maintaining a healthy lifestyle, while creating a life you enjoy, then you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join me every step of the way. So, two of the popular pet sitting apps that are out there that if you start to research it, you'll find Wag and Rover. At the time, I looked into Wag, but they were charging a fee to get your background check, and Rover wasn't, so I went with them. They did the background check on their dime, which I appreciate. Thanks, Rover. I hear that they're charging now. I don't know. You have to do the research yourself on that. But I created a profile. It was easy peasy. I asked family and friends for references, or what do you call them? Referrals, or what do you call them? Recommendations? Reviews. Woo! Reviews. I had friends and family write me a few reviews based on their knowledge of me and either my responsible personality and the fact that I love animals, or if I've ever interacted with their animal. It was all good. So I got a few, and so let's talk a little bit about, let me go back. I got a few reviews, and that just got me started. So what services can you provide on Rover? First of all, you're an independent contractor, which I love. So I set my own rates. I set my availability, and I don't necessarily, again, have to market. Marketing does help, of course. There's ways that you can go about doing that, but I feel like for most of us, the side hustle is just like, hey, you invest in the marketing, and I'll be there for the clients. And so far, it's been working out pretty good. I may do a little bit more as far as marketing is concerned in the upcoming year. Haven't quite decided or landed on that yet. I also did purchase additional insurance for pet sitting so that I could be covered more than the Rover Guarantee. I've heard some not so great stories about actually what the Rover Guarantee covers. And also in the future, I may take more private clients. So I want to be covered even if I'm not taking Rover clients. So let's get into what services a pet care contractor can provide on Rover. So there's 5. There's dog walking, there's drop-in visits, there's doggy daycare, there is boarding, and there's house sitting. So as the names pretty much are self-explanatory, dog walking, obviously you're walking a dog. The base time is 30 minutes. Drop-in visits, you're dropping in on a cat, a dog. I've even seen requests for rabbits and other animals. But with the drop-ins, your main responsibilities are typically to make sure that the animal's basic needs are cared for. Play, food. If it's a cat, litter box. If it's a dog, maybe just letting the dog out in the backyard. I've done short walks on drop-in visits, but typically it is what it is. You're dropping in on the animal in their home. Doggy daycare, the dog is being brought to your home for the day. Boarding, same thing. The dog is being brought to your home for an extended period of time, overnight visits. I don't do that. I haven't had amazing success with it. That's an understatement. But now that we have our own dog, and I don't know, our home is our haven, and it's something about another life form's energy in your home that kind of throw things off. There's anxiety around making sure that they're settled and they're not destroying stuff. I don't know. Maybe at one point I will do more doggy boarding, because that's actually where the big bucks are. Dog boarding. Who'd have thought? And then house sitting, which I won't do for various reasons. But in 2023, took a few clients. It was pretty sporadic. But in this summer, I got pretty good amount of drop-in clients. I had done a few cats, and I guess because of the pictures that I have on my Rover profile, I get a lot of cat parents that reach out to me, which I don't mind. I actually love dropping in on cats, mainly because if I'm doing a multiple hustles, or I'm volunteering for the day, or I'm just whatever, you don't have to be such in a rush to go drop in on a cat because they need to go to the bathroom like a dog would. Whereas a cat, you drop in, you have a little bit more flexibility as the time frame that you can do it. And cats can be all over the place. Either they're super shy and you never see them, you just make sure they have food and water, change their litter box, and most pet parents know their cats are really shy, so they may not necessarily want you to stick around. They just want you to make sure that their cat stays alive and that they're not in any harm. But then you have some pet parents who they want you to cuddle with their cat. They want you to just sit in the room with them, talk to them a little bit, maybe turn on music or TV while you're there, just to give them some enrichment, play with them, and that's all good. I'm all here for it. Again, I love animals, so this pretty much is something I would do for free, but I love the fact that I get paid well for it. And so ebbs and flows as far as the amount of time that you spend. I've had some people ask for an hour. They pay extra for that. They pay basically per pet, and for the length of time is usually the base is 30 minutes. It's pretty straightforward. For Rover's part, before the marketing, for them taking the payment for you and you getting your payment guarantee, for them pretty much being like a barrier and a protection between you and the client, as well as the guarantee that they have as far as they will cover maybe emergency vet visits if the animal in your care has an emergency. There's pretty sure there's fine print behind that, but they do cover that. So for all of these services, Rover does take a percentage of the fee that I set. So I try to stay competitive within my area, but also be taking into consideration that I'm only getting a portion of the rate that I have set because Rover fees. And I'm okay with paying that because, again, I wanted side hustles where I didn't have to do a lot of the Upwork. I didn't have to worry about taking payment. And again, if you've ever had a business where you take payment, you know that the payment services, whether it's Square or something else, they're going to take a percentage anyway too, right? if the person pays with a credit card. So unless you're a really cash-based business, you got to take that into consideration too. So I don't have to worry about taking payment. I don't have to have one of those services. And the insurance is really affordable. I think it was about $300 for the year. And also you can decide what type of animal or what size animal you are going to care for. So if you're allergic to cats, you don't have to take care of, you don't check cats. If you are scared that a large dog is going to rip your arms off, you don't have to take care of anything over 100 pounds. So typically I prefer small dogs, cats, small and medium-sized dogs and cats. I will not walk a large dog because I'm only 5 feet. And even medium-sized dogs, they can have a good grip on the leash. So if you have to be really vigilant and have a good hold on the leash in order to have a good control over the dog. And not every pet parent is training their dog to walk well on the leash. And I don't want to have to deal with that. So I prefer small dogs, medium-sized dogs, and cats. And that's pretty much what I will drop in for. So my goals for Rover and pet care. I hope to double that number, if not triple it, in 2025. Having a whole year's full availability. Of course, it's much busier during high peak travel times, like the summer, during the holidays, that type of thing. I'm actually dropping in on a small Pomeranian and little kitty next week, and there's the pet parent told me that she's having surgery. So obviously she's going to be in the hospital for a few days, and so we just wanted to make sure that her animals are taken care of. And she was just so relieved that somebody who loves animals, who doesn't mind picking up pee pads off the floor, because her little Pomeranian is like senior, and so she only uses the bathroom on the pee pads, and she doesn't do a lot of walking. She has mobility issues, so it's perfect for me. So you'll get different types of, you'll have some regular clients. I actually don't prefer to have routine clients because it just kind of locks me in for the week and my schedule. If I want to go on vacation, or if I like to keep my schedule super flexible so I can lean into other maybe money-making opportunities, or if I need to increase my volunteer time, or if I need to take a friend or a family member to the doctor, I can do that. I don't want to necessarily be set in week after week to the same schedule. Like maybe 4 or 5 days a week or so at a time, I'm all for it. And in the future, again, I may consider boarding if I feel like it's a really lucrative side of the Rover pet care business, but a lot of risk comes with it. Maybe after Duncan leaves us, I may take boarding more seriously. But again, I have to be home a lot more often. I would then have to rely on my husband, who works from home, will be working from home most of the time. And I don't necessarily want to, I don't know. But all in all, it's definitely fun, and I want to keep it fun. I don't want to just put too much pressure on, or monetary pressure or goals on this particular hustle, because it is something I really enjoy. And so if I make $10,000 or $15,000 and I've had